B.
Squared.
There you go, touching the
Sorry.
camera already.
Sorry, here we go.
B
Welcome.
squared back.
Welcome.
I wonder how many times you're gonna yawn through this video.
I'm not gonna yawn. I'm gonna be good. This is the first video back. Did y'all miss us? Life was lifing, and we took a hiatus on accident. So we're gonna come back. And guess what? We got another anniversary coming up. God willing, we gonna keep on having them.
As long as the creek don't rise.
As long as the creek don't rise.
And I get off, go back to work on Mondays. So that's probably as well, because Mondays are stressful sometimes.
They're fine for me. Still haven't got them to cook me breakfast yet, but we working on it.
So drinking water, and after drinking water comes the yawning.
It's not gonna happen.
Yeah, it's gonna happen.
No, I'm up.
We gonna see how long it takes you.
We are in a new background. Can I see anything? We tried it at Windows. Anyway, while life was life when we bought a new house. That was our stressor of 2023. Is to sell our house and buy a new one.
Kind of hard to do videos when your furniture is walking out the door because you sold it.
I mean, you can't move unless you get rid of stuff. So,
Which I don't know what you typed on there, but I think the very first thing we got to talk about is you selling things off seat walk under me.
well, let's talk about it.
So in this video, little segment series we're gonna talk about some events that took place in this relationship, pre-marriage, maybe.
Yeah, we've been together for almost 13 years and married for almost 8.
So I don't know. We didn't really have a plan on which one of these events we're gonna talk about.
I think you made a plan. We're going to talk about funny
I'm
stuff.
just saying.
Because you already started laughing.
I'm just saying.
So today will be the funny day.
I mean, it's a lot of funny.
It is.
I mean,
let's do it.
Which one is the thing?
You started off with the selling stuff. Which time are you talking about?
Right there. Right there. Right there. Sometimes you can be sitting at a desk working.
It was a table, a kitchen table.
Same, whatever. It was my desk at the time, in my office. There wasn't an office.
It was the living room.
I was working. I worked overnights.
Mm-hmm.
I got off at 8 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
At 7:45, I'm wrapping up. I'm pretty much done. I'm sitting chilling. I think I may have had Sports Center on or the local news. I don't know. Unbeknownst to me, 7:45. Wrap that up because this table's got to go off the door. I just sold it.
I said at 10, so you had some time. You were like, I'm using this. And I was like, we're moving. Because, see, here's the thing. My husband slides his feet about stuff. But guess who's not playing? When I said it's time to go, and in my heart of hearts, I'm wrecked. I was selling stuff left or right. Because we're not putting none of this on the truck. That means it got to go. Because otherwise, we can't get our deposit back.
And that table, we didn't even have a place to go. And you sold that table.
That's because I had faith that God had a house for us. And won't he do it?
He did it.
Period. And we didn't move that table. We got a nice table.
And we didn't get the table afterwards. We went in with no table, though.
Okay.
No, and the table was a desk. The table, it was everything. And we sold it.
Correct. Because we didn't need it. It had 4 chairs.
Yeah,
it had 4 chairs.
Didn't we? Did we get that one away?
I'm not sure. That's when you said we got 7 days. We got to go.
No, I forgot now. Anyway.
Oh, no. I don't think that table made it from the apartment. I don't know what happened to that table.
We had another table before because I moved it from the
apartment.
No, yeah, we had it.
I don't know what happened to that table. Maybe we gave it away. Maybe it was broke. Yeah. That's the one from the apartment.
That didn't go into the 812. That's interesting. If you think back on things disappear with your legs and walk away.
Oh, well. Speaking of walking, your infamous walking in New Orleans, that was funny. I mean, it wasn't funny to you.
It was not funny to me. The problem is, you ask a question. This is a life lesson. When you're in a group and you ask a question and nobody in the group answers you, there's a damn problem. Period.
We didn't see a problem. He saw a problem because somebody in the room, I'm not going to name no names, doesn't like walking and doesn't like doing things for no reason. Like, you know, how you look in window shopping.
Nope. What are we doing that for? Who practices shopping? What you need to practice for?
That's not practicing. That's just looking. Maybe you see something. Maybe you don't.
They call that practice where I come from. And you, the infamous Allen Iverson, practice? We talking about practice?
We got a little walking done in New Orleans. We got a little walking in Jamaica.
Wait, let's go back to walking in New Orleans. What month was it?
July.
It was hot.
It
While
was
we
July
searching for
in
Christmas
Jamaica,
ornaments in July in New Orleans.
Because if you collect, and Tan, he talking about you, when you collect stuff, it don't matter what.
We following a pregnant woman to go find some damn Christmas ornaments in July in New Orleans. My first time in New Orleans, we going to look for Christmas ornaments. Where is the beads at?
That wasn't that time.
Clearly it wasn't that time in July. You know why? It's hot. The best thing I got out of New Orleans was a man sitting on the side of the road with a sign that says, "Let's be honest, I'm going to go buy weed."
You almost gave him our money too.
I did. He was honest.
Period. That's not okay. Okay.
He was honest.
What about Maya not knowing what KCK was?
I wasn't there for that. I heard that. That's funny.
And then she was like, "Well, why they call it don't know if they call them KCKS instead of KCK." Well, see, even now it's funny because she works with some behavioral kids. She came home quite a bit beat up.
They beat her tail the other day.
Well, you know, usually as a mother, it's not funny when your child be like, "I got beat up today." However,
You tapped it.
it was the flip over for you that made you lose it. She said,
"No, it was the cramping the legs around her, dropping." That was a funny part. That was one of those WWE moves.
"That's not funny."
That was funny. If she was right here, I'd tell her in her face. That was hilarious.
And she would say, "Shut up." I'm gonna say this for you. Shut up.
That's fine. That's fine. Get her weight up. There was once a wise man that said, "Stay in your weight class."
Stop. That's not funny.
Just saying.
There's Branson. That is forever funny. Like that's top 3.
That is the funniest thing that ever happened in my life. I ain't paid money to see a lot of comedians a lot of times, but the funniest thing ever happened in my life is that man that pooped on himself from his shoulders to his ankles.
He left poop in the urinal in clumps, all on the walls in the stall. It
was the worst experience he could have ever had in his life.
100% thought him and my dad had made up a whole story and came up talking until I seen that man come out that bathroom and I was like, he was in there when y'all were talking about him.
We sure was. Paint the picture. You're walking down a long corridor, and about halfway down, you smell a smell. Whoa! Somebody had a little accident, sounds like. You get to the urinal. You get to the restroom, you hear water running. That's mysterious. Most restrooms have automatic washing hands. Put your hands on the water, come on, it goes off. It was running continuously. Don't know how he did that, but it was.
It was poop stuck in it, probably.
Maybe. But as we got into that area, there was poop on the walls, on the floor, in the urinal. The water was running in one sink, and the stall was the back stall was closed. The handicap stall.
I just imagine that man running into that when he heard y'all coming.
And the very first thing that I said, well, somebody made a business decision. Because he stopped. He had to stop at that urinal and turn himself around.
That's gross. That is absolutely gross. Now, I think he had a medical emergency, but that is still gross.
It was the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. I've never seen anything like that. My father-in-law, who works in janitorial services, has said he never seen anything like that at all either. He turned the water off, as a matter of fact. I don't know why.
Could be me. It still be running to this day. I'm not touching nothing. They still use the bathroom. I said, that's a man
we
thing.
had to go.
That's a man thing, because females are like, we have to go find another restroom.
Clearly, there was no other restrooms around, because the man just pooped into the urinal.
It got to be another restroom. I'm talking about another whole nother restroom. Like, there's more restrooms in that thing.
It was back on the other side of the thing.
I would have had to walk.
Oh my God, he couldn't make it. That's why. Well, I would have made leave. Then I'd have had an experience, and people are laughing at me, pointing at me like, "Look at the man with the pee out of his leg."
And you would have got in my car.
That man had poop from probably from his earlobe all the way down. I'm sure.
I only saw it from his shoulder. I can't confirm on an earlobe.
High enough. If you get it past your rear end, again, why do you turn around in the urinal?
That's not what you're supposed to do. That's not what it's for. That don't go down.
It did not. It was all on the floor. I don't know if he stepped in it and then smeared it. And he tried to catch it with his hand because it was sand. It was like scraped. You would have thought.
All right.
You would have thought it was the kids playing. You know, the way it was scraped onto the wall and stuff like that.
He would hope no.
He was like, "Oh!"
They can't see your hand.
He's all over the wall. It was a hold on for him. His head bowed. He had to try to catch it. That was a fucking big ass snake. You see that big ass snake over there?
No, he's only around you apparently.
He was huge.
Yeah, you keep him over there. The next time we went to Branson, I got stung with a ball wasp.
Oh, you sure did. Yeah.
That was not
The
okay.
next time, was the last time we go to the time? No.
That was day one of us being in Branson. Got stung by a wasp, and I was like, oh, I ain't gonna make it.
At least you didn't poop yourself. Because his trip was over after that. What do you do after you poop for yourself in the restroom, smear it on the walls, poop in the urinal, and have to walk out and do the walk of shame? Your vacation is over. You ain't going out to the Golden Corral, the one of the Paula Dean's. You can't go down to the Guy Ferrari.
No, you're not
You
going
ain't
to an
getting
establishment. They be like, is that you, sir?
The duck boat, none of that stuff. Your trip is over.
Not the duck boat.
You ain't going to see the Titanic. None of
They'll
that.
throw you in that water.
That was a mess. He should have been on that other what's that place called? The house flipped upside down. Wonderworks. It was a wonderful work, I tell you. It was bad. Bad.
You remember when I called you when we won the trip to Hawaii? And you was like, what?
I didn't believe you. I didn't know what to think.
You have a couple of times where you didn't believe me. When I got laid off, you didn't believe me.
You call it layoff? I call it got fired.
First of all, they eliminated my position. My paperwork says I was laid off because my
They
position was
didn't
eliminated.
want you to sue them. That's why.
Well, that was what the signature was for. And I don't know if that was an NDA or not. I still got that paperwork. I should read it because as much as I'm talking about it.
Statute of limitations may be over at this point.
Yeah. So I was 9 months pregnant with Riley. I was working and it was right after the holidays. It was January 6th. I remember to the day. It was a Friday. And I contacted Ben and was like, on today, I lost my job. And he was like, shut up. Stop, Larry. I was like, no, I'm calling you because I'm serious. Like, I lost my job. I'm 9 months pregnant. He just was like, no. So we was going to doctor's appointments weekly because, of course, I'm 9 months pregnant. And so they was monitoring me and what?
You were doing too much at the doctor visits.
I wasn't doing anything.
Having contractions.
I was having contractions. That was, I had just hit my 9 months and I was having contractions. He was like, we're going to name your company after us if you had this baby today, 4 weeks early.
That's pretty bad. The thing about it is that the crazy part, and thinking back at that now, the time we was all excited because they had the holiday party, and they gave the 3 people the big prizes. And you were one of the 3 that got with the big prizes. They're like, every last one of y'all tails go.
That's not true. I was the only one that got let go.
No, the woman got let go too.
The one in the purse? She's still there.
I thought they let her go, though.
No.
I thought it was the intern that let her go.
No. She's a jock.
She wasn't a jock, did you?
Yeah, she was.
No, it was a different person.
Oh.
The older lady.
She's a jock. She's still there. Yes.
I thought her name was Barb.
We won't be using names.
Is her name Barb?
No, it's not. Thank you. But yeah, and then the next week we had the fire at the duplex, and some nice lady who I never did find out who that was. I don't even know if she lived in the area, but she just knocked on the door. I was on the phone with me, and I was like, somebody at the door. And I went to the door, and she was like, your house is on fire. What? I looked around. No, it ain't. So I stepped outside. She could have kidnapped me, beat me down, whatever. I stepped on outside, see what she was talking about. Sure enough, there was smoke coming from the top of our chimney, and I was like, Then I was like, oh, snaps, it's next door. So I contacted the person over there, and they had just left. And I was like, firemen want to knock your door down. And I was like, okay. But first, I pulled my car out of the garage and drove around, parked across the street.
So you were 9 months pregnant.
Forgot to tell y'all one part. So when I found out that, yes, there is a fire, I hung up with Ben to go get my car and drive it out. 9 months pregnant across the street. And then I forgot to call him back to tell him I was okay. Yeah, somebody was a little upset. But the fireman was like, so how far along are you? I was like, I'm due in 2 weeks. I'm thinking, no problem. They were like, what? I said, there's an ambulance right there. Right there. Let us know if you're okay. It's cold, y'all. It's January in Missouri. It's freezing. So I'm like standing out there. Then I start sitting in the car, and I get this call. Hello. And he was headed to me. I was like, oh, I'm okay, by the way. Then someone wanted to know if I grabbed the computer, the TV, something else. I'm like, what? I got me, your kid, and the car out. The car is the most expensive thing in there.
I checked on y'all, but we were not in the financial situation that we are in now. So those things would have been difficult to replace, is all I'm saying. I just was inquiring minds wanted to know, did you grab anything?
Yes. I grabbed myself and the keys.
Okay, that's fine.
9 months pregnant, which you keep on saying.
Yes.
So why would I have time to grab the TV?
I
wasn't going out the front door.
I asked a question. That's all I did.
So I laughed at that later.
That's what he paid for at that time. So I'm saying he's still financing that thing. Hey, grab that. I'm sure he had no shirts on. I'm just saying it's still sitting over there too, right now.
It don't work.
This one's working now. Actually, maybe the one that actually works halfway.
It's been through the fire. I know.
Yeah.
Actually, you missed the first one.
I missed the first one.
I put my hand casually over my back. I thought I was gonna make it. I ain't gonna make it. But yeah. So it's been interesting. But nevertheless, the fire didn't take our place. Took some insulation. It was mighty hot by the time Riley got there. But we made it through. It was all good.
Wait.
Don't say.
You made it out.
I didn't have contractions that time when we went to the doctor's office.
You sure?
No.
That's not the time that we was there, like, they said, oh, you be here 15, 20 minutes. We was there for like 3 hours.
No, that was the first time I thought.
No, the first time we were in and out. You had contractions, you was in and out, though.
Oh.
That's like, oh, no big deal. The second and the third time I thought was when
Is that when they called the doctor and was trying to get the doctor to clear me? And I was like, she better. I got things to do.
The second time we were there forever. It's like, oh, you had a fire situation today. And it's like, oh, we'll check you out. And it's like, oh, wait, you having contractions. You dilated to 15.
That was the day of. Stop it. You're so exaggerative. I don't know if that's how you say that, but that's how I said it. So whatever. I'm trying to think. We've laughed so much. Like, it's crazy. Oh, you remember we thought we were about to get in trouble because Riley slid and hit her head on that cabinet?
Again, something I wasn't there for.
Up. No, you weren't there for that. You was in the other room because you grabbed the frozen vegetables out of the freezer.
Was that before she fell at your mom's or after?
That was
because she already had the mark that she hit, the permanent mark.
Yeah, I don't know if that was before or after. I just know we was like, oh snaps, like we can't ever go to your parents' house till we get this down, and we didn't want to go to the emergency room. We was like, you gotta stay up. We thought that baby was concussed. She had a big knot on her head. And to this day, if Riley smiles, is it smiles or frowns? It smiles, I think. She has a little dent in her head.
I thought the dent came from your mama's house.
No, that was from her hitting.
No. I thought the dent was from your mama's house.
I promise you, the dent is from that time when it swelled up, and when it went down, she had that little dent.
It's a dimple.
It's a dimple now in her forehead.
But
she's very smart, so it did not affect the brain.
And Bill's character.
She like fell and slid and just hit the corner of the cabinet. I said,
she didn't bleed.
She didn't bleed.
She didn't die.
She didn't cry either.
She cried.
Probably so.
Oh, man, I dropped her on her head before. It'd be okay.
The trauma when she was a baby, like, I'm so glad she's okay.
You about to say what you did?
No.
Go ahead. Put it out there.
No. When they tell you not to go to sleep with your baby in your arms, they mean it. Oh my gosh. Traumatized I was.
She didn't wake up. She'll be okay.
She didn't. She didn't wake up, but I was like, now I need you to get up. Just make sure
Again,
you're still alive and well.
We were not blessed to be worthy, and the bed was only off the ground this much.
Yeah, because we didn't have a frame. We was mattress on the floor.
Come a long way. Look at the blessings. Blessings on top of blessings.
Blessings on top of
blessings.
blessings.
Because if we've been higher, she'd have fell off.
Man, I was like, now I'm awake. I'm awake for the rest of the day. I was exhausted. Breastfeeding, new baby. Oh my goodness. I couldn't do it. You know, when you have kids young and then you try to have them old, those are two different experiences. And I felt old.
Well, no, I never birthed.
Well, if you had, there'd be a whole nother conversation.
We would not be have to worry about being blessed. We'd be in the money.
Be rich.
I was getting somebody some child support. Somebody at least some child support for sure. You can help me take care of this kid for sure.
Well, that's not always how it works with females. They can hit you with papers, but you might not pay.
But that's true. I guess it does work that way for some people.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know about that either. I pay my child support.
Yeah,
they sent me a check a couple weeks ago.
Yeah. That was funny because I said, did you call them and
no.
see what they said?
No.
Sending you money for
I seen that money and I deposited it. It belongs to me. It's mine.
I said, but what is it for? It's not listed anywhere.
I don't give a doggone what it was for. I know one thing, when it went back to my account, I know that much. Quickly. Don't answer that back.
I said, well, you should call them. Would y'all call?
For anybody? What? It's my money.
But what if they try to ask for it later?
We got to prove it. Well, then I'll have a conversation about prove that you sent me this money.
They can, because they can say who it was deposited by.
It was mine to begin with.
Well, obviously, okay. I'm just saying.
They sent it back to me. I don't care if it was in error. I don't remember.
What it?
Oh, we'll see it on the camera. There's a 6 in there.
Oh, it goes right here.
You can do that on camera. It's just taking up time.
Go ahead. You could have kept talking.
I don't want to talk about it. You talking about getting my money back? That's a very sore subject. We're going to talk about that.
Why? You know, what's the sore subject? Me telling you they're going to
Talking about child support.
I mean, you made the kids.
What they got to do with anything?
You make the kids, you pay for them. I don't see the credit.
Don't worry about it. They don't see it either. I don't see it either. I don't talk about no credit. I pay my child support every paycheck. What credit you talking about? What you talking about?
Because why you act like you ain't get no check?
I don't know what you're talking about. What month does that say?
August 31st.
It's here.
August 31st.
I can't see that.
It say August
Wait,
31st.
that's awesome. This is the end of September.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, I ain't made up. See, this is what I'm talking about. Why you want to bring up this negative stuff right here in this video? August 31st. This is in September. The hell you mean August 31st? What you gonna close it down now with all the answers?
Because I ain't gonna be
What the hell you mean?
See,
August 31st.
This is why I can't think of all of the funny items. Because
No,
this
we
one,
we gonna have to end this. We got to end this video. This is September. What is today? The 26th, and the last payment they got is August 31st. Where did my other money at? You talking about the credit? What are you laughing about? I don't see what's funny. All right, we're going to end this because she can't handle herself, and I'm not happy at all.
But they paid your September payment
From some previous money. So where's my money at currently at?
Well, here's the problem. You have a credit. And remember, they told you if it's 2 months worth of credit, then they'll send you
Run me my money.
So why are you yelling at me? We on the video. This is supposed to be happy moments.
No, I'm upset. I'll be able to end this. I'm mad. I'm mad. I wish a would text me right now about your son this and your son that.
All right. Okay. Ooh, woosah. So it's been an eventful 8 years.
I don't know much else to say right now. I'm too doggone upset. You go sit there with a credit and then go. This is the end of the month.
So listen up. When your wife tells you you should call people to ask them why they're sending you a refund, then we should do what, Ben? Hello?
You laughing at that? I don't see what's funny.
Your face was like, it just in my video. You okay?
No.
Can you breathe?
No, I can't breathe. I'm pretty
You
doggone.
outside.
I'm pretty hot right now.
All right. Any other funny moments that you can think?
What are you laughing at?
Your face is like, you're like, you ready to fight. You are steaming. First of all, I was cool until I could feel the heat coming off everybody. Because he's so mad right now. But see, I just say, check in. It wasn't a big check.
It wasn't.
So that's why I was like, where is this random money coming from? So that's why I said we should call and just check in. And I also said,
here's the problem.
Wait a minute. I also said you need to call and change your address because the check had got rerouted from our previous address, which is probably why if there is another one, it's taking so long. Because there hasn't been an address change.
Well, I know what's going to happen tomorrow.
Oh, you're going to call?
I'm going to talk to somebody.
We'll see how. Look at God. He'll put fire up under you.
I know one thing. You let them text me today talking about your son is this and that and the other. Don't talk to me about.
That has nothing to do with your kid. All right. So we're not going to do that.
Kurt Franklin got to talk about Father's Day. I got a Father's Day for you, all right?
You get so flustered. I'm worried about your heart.
Something else is pissing me off.
Your heart? Oh, I thought you was gonna use that cue and talk about mine.
No, I can't. Not really.
So Ben likes to say that my heart is frozen.
No, it dropped out of your chest, like the daddy said.
It drop out.
And it stopped working when you was in your delivery table with your mama.
In the delivery table.
So that. All right, I don't know got much else to say here about this situation. I don't know.
Well, this video has turned for bad. But after these messages, no. All right, you done?
I'm done.
All right, so we're gonna try to be back and be more consistent. So we'll be back.
Stay tuned for the post about my child support situation.
Okay.
It's gonna be some resolution or some furniture moving or something.
Furniture moving where? Because we've already moved this much furniture we're gonna do here.
I don't do moving, so I had to call somebody.
You'll call somebody to move the furniture for you?
I'm pretty doggone hot right now. Because somebody got my money.
I just was checking to see how hot you were.
We'll talk about that in another episode. Because I'm
yes.
It's a big problem here. And then I'm going to have to get myself calmed down so I can help somebody by getting these traps that we get set up in as people. Because this is some bullshit.
We'll have to have a separate video about child support, the good, the bad, and the ugly. But this is not what this is about. So we will keep it pushing, and maybe next time we won't do funny, because clearly funny turns to anger.
You was laughing, but I wasn't laughing.
I mean, it was funny to me. I ain't paid it though. I mean, it could come back in the house. That'd be awesome.
Just don't take it out.
That's what I'm saying. But if you don't take it out, then it come back in the house.
They're not gonna. That's the problem.
So, if you have a spouse that tells you to do something, listen to her.
You can turn this around to make it seem like you just. I ain't just. I'm about to pull up Bianca, walk off the set.
That was another funny moment. What was we doing? My birthday? So he thought it was cute to do a birthday surprise where I pick a gift every day, blah, blah. And then he decided to add in no gift. What we doing? No gift for my birthday? No gift? I wasn't having it. So I walked off. And left. He had finished that video by himself.
It was, yeah, that was funny.
That was a time when he thought it was funny, and I did not. I was angry.
She got up and walked off the set.
I said, let me pull another no gift. I'm out. I kept my word.
You came back eventually.
Not to that video.
Not that one, but another video.
But I told you I was gonna walk out. I didn't say I wasn't coming back. I said I'm walking out.
You're yawn water.
My yawn water? It makes me yawn, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I think it keeps me from yawning.
All right, so stay tuned for being walking out. If I'm not here in this next video, she do it by herself. You know, I'm on the phone with child support.
No, hopefully you already got that situated by the time we do another one.
I'm just a little upset. We're
gonna do some maybe some memorable moments next, like some what do you call those? Not tearjerkers, but
I don't know.
Okay. And then some highlights. We did some highlights, but some other ones. That's all I got.
B.
Squirt.
Away. Just added it in there. I don't know. All right. Goodbye.
Bye.